Hey all, my name is Paul Borosky and I am the owner of Quality Business Plan. And what I'd like to do today is to give you all some tips and tricks on how to write a photography business plan, as well as how to construct a basic financial model that may be used at a later point to create your pro forma 12-month profit and loss statement, as well as your income and balance sheet profit and loss projections as well. All right, so the way the video is going to work, the way the structure is set up is I'm going to go ahead and first give you all a little bit of background about me, who I am, what I do, and why I feel I'm qualified to give you all some tips and tricks on writing a photography business plan. And then from that point, I'm going to give you all some, again, tips and tricks for writing a photography business plan, as well as some tips and tricks on how to go ahead and construct just a basic financial model that may be used at a later point in time, expanded upon for your pro forma financial projections. Once I'm done with that, we're going to wrap it up, a little bit of summary, and then we'll be off to the races to make a little bit of money with our photography business. All right, so with that said, as promised, a little bit about me. My experience, I am a professional writer, specifically a business plan writer. So if you all want to avoid all the fun and excitement and the opportunities to really develop some self-control and discipline and write your own business plan, feel free to give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. You know, I can paint my own house, but I'm going to call a professional. Same thing here. If y'all want a business plan written, you know, check me out. Be delighted to do it for you as a professional business plan writer. All right. Also, if y'all have your business plan almost written for your photography company, it just needs a little bit of tweaks here, a little bit of tweaks there. Your financial projections are all taken care of. Again, a tweak here, and then you're off to the races. Well, if you do need just those little bit of tweaks, I do have some books available on Amazon.com. Just go there, plug in my name, and out will come some books related to business plan writing, as well as for financial projections and financial statements, understanding the terminology and how to write your business plan and such. And then finally, I am an adjunct professor and subject matter expert in both business and finance. So I do have a little bit of education behind me. And with that said, if y'all do need just your financial projections done, again, I'd be delighted to help with your financial projections only, or with your business plan as well as the financial projections. You know, as I said, give me a call, send me a text if you need some assistance in those arenas. All right, infomercial is complete. So with that said, let's talk about your photography business and some tips and tricks. So for the first tip is going to be focused on your company description section. When you're writing your company description section for your photography business, of course, make sure to touch on the important aspects of your company description, such as your company name, your location, and then also, what you're going to do. Are you going to do portraits? Are you going to do? Are you going to have a studio and just focus on portraits, or are you going to be doing on-site or travel? So make sure to touch on those basic information. But also, when you're talking about your studio portraits, your on-site photo shoots, and your travel, if you do all of those and any one of those, make sure to identify at least one specialty. What is what is your cream of your crop? What is something you do better than every other, or what do you feel you do better than your competitors? Whatever that is, whether it be studios, on-site shoots, or your travel, whatever it is, make sure to really accentuate it. Make sure to state that, you do your studio portraits and you do your on-site shoots. However, your specialty is travel, and then provide more details upon on that one topic. If it's travel, make sure to talk about if you've gone to France or Italy, or you've gone to all over the U.S. to do on-site shoots that are outside of your local or regional area. So whatever your specialty is, make sure you state it, and you provide additional details as compared to your other services provided. Next, for your company description section, you do want to go ahead and set the stage, that this is going to be a factual document and that you are an industry expert. So in order to do that, pepper in some industry statistics into your company description. For example, the photography industry right now is an $11.5 billion industry in the U.S. that's growing at a 0.5% rate annually. When you start including statistics, it's going to show that your document is a factual document. And as the reader goes through it and they're thinking this is factual, this is factual, this is factual, Once they get to your financial projections section and they start seeing some assumptions here and some projections, and we know these projections are probably going to be wrong. Heck, we don't know what we're going to have for dinner next week, let alone, how many photography shoots you're going to be selling. So you don't know, you're trying to predict the future, but at least you can set the stage to give yourself some credibility. And if you set your credibility up in the business plan, all likelihood it's going to extend to your financial projections as well. Also, when you're doing your research to get these industry statistics, you're going to be reading more and more and more and more and more about your industry in and of itself. And inevitably, you're going to gain knowledge to become, hopefully an expert in your industry by the time you're done. And when you do that, now you're going to be able to show that in your document by including some of these statistics. So there's a lot of benefits to including statistics in your company description section up front that you are going to be able to reap the rewards later on, whether it be in the financial projection section or just to provide yourself with a foundation to become an industry expert yourself. All right, tip number 2 is your financial projections. So for this video, showing y'all how to create a financial model for the photography industry that's going to calculate your 12-month profit and loss statement, your income statement, and your balance sheet. It's a little outside the scope of this video. However, what I have done is I've got a little financial model here that I use for the photography industry. And this little model right here, it took me about 10 minutes to create it. And once you have it, you can change some of the variables, such as the number of customers worked with, or you can change the average sales price of each customer or your monthly fixed cost, and you're going to be able to identify what your profits are going to be based on those assumptions. And then what you can also do is use this as a foundation to expand upon and build out your 12-month profit and loss statement, your 5-year projections, as well as your 5-year income statement and balance sheet projections. All right, so the way this little template right here is structured is that the top section right here, it's in 3 sections. This is our revenue section. This is our fixed monthly cost section. And these are our profit section. For the revenue section, I'm basing our revenues on average customers service on a daily basis. So for this particular example, we're saying that we're going to be working with 4 customers daily. The average sales price is going to be about $225, whether that's for the location, what is it called? The word's escaping me. The photo shoot, the location, the portrait. So if it's, let's say you're going to be working in studio and you're going to be able to work with 4 customers on a daily basis, well, then you're in studio, you might charge them a sitting fee of X amount of dollars, and then your premium prices on the photos sold, that can be included as well. So your average sales price very well could be about $225 for this, at least for this particular example. And then the variable cost is going to be, what it actually costs you. If you're actually printing out on photography paper the pictures, then you're going to have some fees, and it's going to be your ink involved with that. If it's digital, well, your variable cost might be a little bit lower than $10. But whatever the variable cost is, we're going to plug it right here. Our next step in this model is going to be to deduct the variable cost of $10 from the average sales price of $225, which is going to give us a gross profit of $215. The next thing what we need to do is calculate our total gross profits, and in order to do that, we're going to multiply the number of customers we're going to be servicing a day, in this example 4, by our gross profits, which is 215, is going to give us a total gross profit for the day of 660. I'm going to drop that 660 right here, and then we're going to multiply that 660 by the numbers of days that we're going to be in operations on a monthly basis. For this example, 24. And from there, this has given us a monthly gross profit of about $20,640. Next thing we're going to do is drop that $20,640 right here. And then we're going to tackle our monthly fixed cost. Fixed costs can include lease, labor, utilities, marketing, supplies, legal, insurance, accounting, miscellaneous. Once we have all those identified, total them up. For this example, $7,700. From here, we're going to take that $7,700 for monthly fixed costs, plug it right here, right underneath our gross profits. our final step is going to be to deduct that $7,700 from our monthly gross profits of $20,640, which is going to give us a net profit of $12,940. So what does that mean to us? That means that if we service 4 customers on a daily basis and our average sales price is $225 with a variable cost of $10 and we maintain these fixed costs, our net profit is going to be $12,900. Well, let's say that maybe a $225 sale price is just not feasible. There's a lot of competition in the area. Let's say you can probably get about $175 per person. So what we can do is we can change that variable right here, the average sales price, and that's going to immediately calculate our net profits expected. So what we can do is we can now identify the number of customers we need to work on a daily basis, the average sales price that we need to target, and what we need to control for our variable cost and a fixed cost to reach whatever net profits we want to establish for our organization. So this, in the short term, is a great little tool to be able to help us get a good idea of what we need to achieve on a daily basis in order to achieve our monthly profits. Also, we can then use the revenue section, the fixed cost, and the monthly profit sections. We can expand this into a 12-month financial projection and quickly turn this into an income statement, pro forma income statement for the next 5 years, as well as a balance sheet. So it's a great foundation and tool to use now and also to build upon into the future. All right, so with that said, hopefully this information was helpful. These tips and tricks were helpful to give you some insights on how to write a photography business plan. So, if it was helpful, fantastic. Just for a summary real quick, when you write up your photography business plan, make sure to follow a proven format. You can go to the SBA website and you can download a template that could be used for a photography business. It could be used for a website design business and for a business consulting business and for a manufacturing business and a restaurant business. So a lot of different uses for a general template. However, when you're trying to deal with that kind of a template, you might spend a little bit more time trying to figure out what you don't need as compared to just writing a plan. So it very well could take you a little bit longer if you just start from scratch. So just keep that in mind. If you're going to use a template, use one that's formatted for the photography business. Next, keep the start of the show as the business. You might have shot, you might have done some video shoots for some, celebrities and sports teams, and you might have a resume, that's 3 or 4 pages thick. But when you start talking about yourself as compared to your business itself, what you're doing is you're taking your focus from the business to yourself, and that's not what the business plan is about. So when you're writing up your business, make sure to keep the star of the show as the business itself and not as the owner or not as all the celebrities that you might have worked with and so on and so forth. And then finally, if you do need a little bit of help writing up your business plan, please reach out, contact me. I'd be absolutely delighted to write up the business plan for you, or do the financial projections, or both. Just, again, let me know. All right, if you do want some more information on how to write a photography business plan, zip over to my website, qualitybusinessplan.com/how to write a photography business plan. I do give you all some tips and tricks for each one of the segments of a business plan. And then finally, if you do need help if you do want to go ahead and write your own plan and you're looking for a template that is aligned with the industry, again, check out my website, qualitybusinessplan.com/photography business plan template. And once you get there, I do sell I do have a template for sale that is aligned with the photography business. All right, so hopefully this information was helpful. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up on YouTube. And as always, go out and make a little bit of money. Thank you.